Name's Bond. James Bond.
Oh, James.
Welcome everyone to a brand new episode where I'll be rating every James Bond actor 1 through 6, best to worst, in my opinion. So without further ado, let's get it.
James Bond.
It's 1962, and a star is born.
And now, I must be dreaming.
The first, the original, the best. Sean Connery won the role of James Bond.
Shocking.
From the very get-go, he perfected Bond's charming yet deadly persona and set the trend for future actors to follow.
Now this one I'm particularly keen.
With Dr. No being such a big success, he went on to complete 5 more James Bond movies, from Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice,
I never joke about my work,
and Diamonds Are Forever. And then an astonishing 12 years later, in 1983, he came back for a 7th installment in Never Say Never Again. What I love most about Sean Connery's James Bond? The guns, the gadgets, and the girls. It had it all.
Where is he? Mr. Bond?
Yes?
This is Mr. Goldfinger.
I'll take some tea.
Yes, of course.
My favourite film of Sean Connery's James Bond is without a doubt Goldfinger. And it takes me back to when I was a young child. It'd be the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, late afternoon. And lo and behold, James Bond would be on the television.
Naturally.
And I just have such good memories of Goldfinger. There was an almost tranquil feeling about watching it, with the golf scene, the car scene. So there we have it, Sean Connery, number 1. It's 1995 and I am just 6 years old.
You can't win.
So Pierce Brosnan is my James Bond. He's the James Bond that I grew up with. Second only to Sean Connery, because you cannot deny that he set the standard. And I think that most people's James Bond that they grew up with would be their favourite. Well, certainly in my case.
Alec?
Closing time, James. Last call.
GoldenEye, is still one of my top 3 James Bond movies of all time, without a doubt. It's still as good as today as it was all those years ago. And of course, we got a double bubble with GoldenEye 64. It's just a childhood's dream, the movie and the game. Epic.
For England, James?
No. For me.
Now, another important reason why Pierce Brosnan's James Bond movies are the best for me are the car chases. He has the best car chases of the franchise. One of my favourite chase scenes is this boat chase scene on the Thames in London. And seeing this as a child, this would have been the most amazing thing. There isn't even another movie out there that comes close to making something like this. That's why James Bond is so special. And the best car chase of all time goes to...
All units report, now!
Warning, adaptive camouflage failure.
Oh man, just imagine back in the day, I think I was like a teenager, and this was just the best thing, the invisible car, the chase over the lake, and then into the ice structure. Again, epic! And this is the best part.
Adaptive camouflage restored.
So there we have it, guys. Pierce Brosnan, number 2.
If only I could find a real man.
In at number 3 we have Timothy Dalton, a few years before my time, but nevertheless another great James Bond. He also had the charming yet deadly persona down to a T.
Better make that 2.
What I really love most about Timothy Dalton is he really showed that aggressive side of James Bond. More serious than comedic.
Sit down.
I take it that this is not a social call, 007.
Correct.
That was damn stupid.
Get in the bathroom and lock the door. Stay where you are. Get down on your knees. Put your hands behind your back.
Although Timothy Dalton only made 2 James Bond movies, The Living Daylights and License to Kill, I would have liked to see him make at least 1 or 2 more movies, but they are great movies.
Take your hands off her. She's with me.
Nobody's asking you, gringo.
He's with me.
Here we go. That'll be $3.50.
Let me get it.
He's had enough.
I think Timothy Dalton and Pierce Brosnan share a unique likeness, not in only the way they look, but the way that they act. Now, it's unknown if they followed from Sean Connery, although I would assume that they did. And I'm sure that Pierce Brosnan took some influence from Timothy Dalton also.
Thanks, Stella. It's time I left.
Oh, James.
Another great car chase scene here in The Living Daylights. And the car has gadgets. That's what makes James Bond films so good, when the cars have gadgets. Rockets, lasers, something that you don't see in any other film.
What is this?
A few optional extras installed.
So yeah, Timothy Dalton, number 3. The year is 1969. Sean Connery has...
It's quite all right, really.
Good afternoon.
Can I help you?
Yes, my name is Bond. James Bond. I am looking for Dr. Goodhead.
You just found
It's
it.
1973, and Roger Moore takes the role as James Bond.
Mr. Bond, it's good to see you again.
Now, one of the things I like most about Roger Moore's James Bond movies is when he gets into all these altercations with the mini bad guys. Not the main bad guy, these mini bad guys that would get in Bond's way mid-mission. Like Jaws, for example. All the fights with Jaws have become famous and memorable throughout all the movies. Now, some of you might be asking yourselves why I have rated Roger Moore so poorly on the scale. But for me, it's just too much like comedy, whereas all the other actors are serious as James Bond should be.
You're not thinking that.
I sure am, boy. Never heard of Evel Knievel.
Listen, I take nothing away from Roger Moore. I still think he was an amazing James Bond, and I still really enjoyed his movies. But out of all the 6 actors, this is where I rate him. Purely on the fact that it's just a tad bit comedic.
It's time we said goodbye to an uninvited guest.
favourite Roger Moore James Bond movie has to be Moonraker. Loved it as a child, still love it today. Roger Moore, number 5. Our most recent James Bond, Daniel Craig, who starred in Casino Royale in 2006. I found it very hard to accept Daniel Craig as James Bond. The movies just didn't feel the same. Casino Royale was pretty average. Quantum of Solace was pretty average. One of the most noticeable things as to why these films were unattractive to me is there were no gadgets. Q took away all the gadgets. This is unacceptable, unforgivable. In his last movie, No Time to Die, they did redeem themselves by putting gadgets back in the car, and this scene